Hello and welcome to the next episode. We are now in January 2038 and our Earth game is coming to a point where the attention will now focus into space solely, more or less. Because with the fall of the EU at the end of last episode, we have now reached a point where we will take control of this and then basically keep the hold of what we own currently. So these are our nations here that we control. And so we have India, we have the African Union and the United Arab League, which is the whole African continent. We do have most of the Near East in Turkestan, the Arab League or Iran and so on. There will be certain things that we are going to annex over time here, which is, like the small states here and the Carpathia is here. Whatever the mountains were called here. I don't recall it right now. But the countries here. And then of course later on we're also going to integrate Pakistan probably into the Caliphate. I'm considering to pull out the Caliphate now soon as I can do the project, to then also prepare for the remnants of the Arab Union to be merged into Africa. So this will be something I'm aiming for as well. I think we need to pacify the... Yeah, we have to pacify Tunis first before we can do it. And then we can give a non-hostile claim here to African Union. So this is the goal more in the end. So we do currently work on Diyarbakir here, or Diyarbakir, whatever it's pronounced. And afterwards we have to see if Tunis will be the next one to be pacified, or if it will be Aden or something else. It's only Tunis or Aden, one of those two. But yeah, with the Caliphate on the map, we can then probably integrate all of the Caliphate over time into one nation here, so that we get rid of Iran and Israel here to merge it all into one. So that we, in the end, that's the long-term goal. We do have the African Union, we have the Middle East Caliphate, we do have India, and we do have Europe. And Europe will absorb everything else here over time. So we don't only have to govern 1, 2, 3, 4 nations, which will have a total population of probably enough for our end goal. I think if I recall it correctly, we need 65% of the global population under academy control. So we do have 1.9 here, 1.7 here, so that's 3.6 already, 4.1 in total. Right? 3.6, 4.1, 4.4, 5, 6, 7, 8, something like this. 4.8 roughly we have here currently. And the total population is around 9 billion. So half of that would be 4.5. So we are roughly around 50% of the global population already. And with the planned integrations here of all the remnants that we have still left over here, and we can still later expand India into the Southeast Asia, then we should have everything that we need to meet the goal at the end. Also, of course, the population growth that we experience here with almost 0.5% growth here, and here we do still have 1.8% growth, will help us to also gain maybe like 1% over time additionally. In the end, this will be enough also in regards to mission control to win this. So we are going to continue building up mission control, of course, but we probably don't need to care too much about it anymore. Now the focus will shift towards getting some research done. We need to get, for example, the targeted community support now to get a bit more efficiency on welfare. I'm also looking at the things that improve the environment score, because we also want to fix the climate if possible. And then of course a lot of social engineering projects like Greater India, Caliphate and Great African Union, which we all need to get exactly that what I just described on the map here. And yeah, so from here we are going to continue, and I think the highlights of this episode will be the 2 big fights that are going to come in. We do have the assault carrier fleet and the lunar meat fleet arriving in about 2 months from here. So probably I'm going to just skip forward until unless something important happens here. So let's see how this works out. Okay, here we are, and this is the moment we have all been waiting for, of course, because our Earth fleet is now going to be able to do its first big fight. We have 44 ships defending Earth here, and the assault carriers of the aliens will arrive. So, the assault carrier fleet here will merge up with the Titans. There's also the lunar fleet here. I have no idea what they exactly are going to do, but I'm going to risk it that I'm going to engage the assault carriers here. So we're going to 12th of April. Sounds about fine, because the Titans should merge and then they should try to land. So this, a day later, or rather less than 12 hours later, should be totally fine. Because I think landing takes 2 days of time or something. So this should be perfectly alright as an intercept time. And yeah, so we can wait it out until this happens here. Meanwhile, on Earth, I'm going to start taking out or doing coup etats here. By the way, do I have rivalries in place? Yes, 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 and here as well? Yes. So I can work my way through this. The general idea is that by declaring war, we are going to cause cohesion gains here. Because we get about 0.5 from joining allies' war. And we declare war from Turkestan, which has no unrest problems currently. Or just a very minor one. We can therefore generate cohesion for our other alliance partners. And this way we can, for example, move cohesion into Africa, but also the United Arab League, which will go above 5 again this way. And therefore, the rest value of the unrest will also go down here. But we can also generate some free cohesion for the EU, which resting point is around 4. So this is all perfect. We can now also merge up the last alliances here. And this is going to be a very cheap way of fixing cohesion problems that we face in some countries, or putting some above 5 that we push the unrest threshold down. But now, into the fight. That's, I think, all we care about right now in this part of the episode, because we want to see our fleet in action for the first time. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff I always have to click, because we are using our armies. Oh, targeted community support is done. I think there was another project I wanted to do. Not this one. Oh yeah, media literacy training. That was priority. Actually, it's more important than adamantine armor here. I still want to go to the parasite projects here to prevent that we lose control points eventually.
We've moved the needle.
Okay, good, good, good. Maybe
Public
repeat.
opinion is moving in our direction.
We can see that our public opinion improver station has an impact now, because our public campaigns are extremely powerful now. 17% there, that's a lot in one go. But in the end, we don't really need to break any majors anymore. Come on, where's the fight? So much stuff to click here. Really? Maybe I should investigate him if he betrays us. I don't know. Do we have a traitor?
Next mission. Wrapping up
No.
here.
Doesn't look like it.
We'll
but
be
we
ready
have
for new orders.
knowledge and
Cleaning things up.
we have to go to ground again
Wrapping up
pretty
here.
soon. Okay. So much stuff to click here. Of course, this mission phase is terrible. Of course, this one is. Yeah, like we have so many armies here on hunting down stuff. Can we set it off? That we don't get this. That we don't get. Notification. Ah, here, right. We can turn this off probably. App defections. Earth events. General bombardments. Earth effect events. Army completes operation. I think we don't need these ones. Probably it's in here, right? Annexation. Maybe that's not operation. Badly damaged, definitely. I don't see it here. Alien operation unlocks research. Megafauna spawn. Maybe I'm blind. Maybe it's just incomplete operation. So let's just put that. Let's move this one out. Maybe that helps already. Let's see if that helps. Doesn't look like, because operation shit. We get these ones again. Okay, there we go. The carriers have arrived. The Titan is merging up. And now, a few hours later, we should get our... There we go. And they want to fight. Surprise, surprise, because probably they are already attempting to land. And that's our lead here. Okay, do we want to stay in high wall, or do we want to go into 5 layers? I think I want to stay in high wall. But what I want to do is put all the battleships into the center, because they also have a lot of point defense. So they are going to be quite useful here. And you will go here. And oh, we do have 2 more actually. So we put 1 here and like 1 here. That feels about right. Okay. We do have 3 assault carriers in the back, and we do have 4 small ships on 1 Titan, which is not necessarily small, in the front. And now, what can we do here? I think this is pretty much an auto-resolve case. So, there shouldn't... There's probably not a lot happening here. So we just distribute some targets here, and the center will focus down the Titan. So this is pretty much fireworks, if I would guess. Because we do have a deadly mix of railguns, torpedoes, autocannons, laser point defense, everything is in there. The only downside is we don't have an engine that can maneuver. So we are dead in the water, and that's all. But we can shoot, and we can shoot a lot of stuff. So, yeah, 1 is trying to flank us, but that's probably not going to work. Let's find a good angle to watch this stuff. Let's take the Titan here, and let's see what happens here. Okay, we are shooting down the mech shots here. We do have autocannons active here. Yep, there's nothing going to get through here. And yeah, of course we miss our first shots here because the ship moved away, but we do have some torpedoes here. As we can see here, they are going to chase this one down. We have ray guns targeting the Titan now. We do have ray guns targeting this Corvette here, which decided not to move. And this cruiser probably is going to go rip in a second here, because it's too many torpedoes for it. There we go. Oh, it rotated out of the way. Nice one. Titan dead. And now the Void Plus here as well. Gonna go rip. Yep. It's getting leggy already. And this is a small fight. Nice. And now the assault carriers are probably going to try to help defend with the mech shots here. And I would assume that now everybody targets the Swift Fate class here. Yeah, everybody's shooting on this guy now. And I don't think it can dodge for long. Did it really shoot at us right now? Yeah, we took a bit of damage here. Terrible. Ooh, I shouldn't go this fast. Okay, now we are starting to hit it. There we go. Critical hit. And we probably can already start distributing targets. So you go here. You go here. And you guys go on this one. And now the Lancer is also dead. Okay, we can speed up again. Because probably we are already in range of the assault carriers here. And they will die like a fly as well. And Earth will be defended here. Beautiful Earth. There we go. Rip. Oh, it's getting laggy. So many ray guns and autocannons, that's going to be a pain later on in the campaign. Of course, eventually we are going to switch to coil guns, but there's no need to do this. The benefit of ray guns is they shoot faster, but they deal less damage. But if you have this much ray gun as I have, that is also not really important. It's just the gazillion of shots that hit them through their point defense. Here we go. And everybody dead. That was the first alien fleet flying towards us. The moon fleet is still there. We have to see what this one will do. And then... yeah. Maybe we can take this one out as well. Or it will take out stations from us, which also might happen. Here we go. We got barely any exotics. Great. We got a lot of promotions though. Great. That was a big fight. So can we... if we go back to one of our shipyards. It's gonna take quite a while. Okay, so let's see. Where's that other fleet? What is it doing? Oh, the Lunar Meat Fleet is flying back. So probably... oh, it had a fight apparently. Do we see anything here in the news log though? There, forces of the aliens have defeated Project Exodus. Okay, so they had a fight around the moon and then decided to fly back. Maybe they got a bit damaged or used all their torpedoes. But this means that we can go back to our shipyard and refuel and repair and keep going with our campaign here. That was a nice fight for a start. So this took out all the assault carriers. The problem is they are building ships non-stop now because we are in total war. So there will be more fleets coming pretty soon. Most likely they are building big fleets, big capital ships now in maybe around Ceres already. Yeah, they're building battleships here apparently, so let's see. If we go to the station, if they are constructing something, you can see it now. They are not constructing anything here as of now. But they might, or they are constructing battleships somewhere else. But most likely they are queuing up a lot of ships now that they want to throw at us. And we have to be prepared. So, but we have a massive defensive fleet here with Fleet 2, 44 ships. At Mars we do have only 19, but that's still a considerable amount. And now the big question is, okay, what do we do? Do we wait for fusion to then have a better drive and then go on the offensive? Or are we going to continue with Helican for now and build a few more battleships to maybe already go into the belt? I'm not 100% sure yet. I have to think about the nations that we currently own and how much science we can squeeze out of it to make an estimation. Because we do already have deuterium tritium fusion ongoing here. which would allow us to go into the fusion pile here. And it would also be the first step toward the fusion reactors. We do need, however, to get into the how it's called, the magnetic plasma containment and then the magnetic nozzle before we can go into any kind of drive tech. And for this one, this is 50,000. This one is 35,000. We still need high temperature superconductors, which is another 40,000. So we have about more than a 100,000. Actually, it's more like 120 something. That's a lot of tech we still need to do here to then be able to get a fusion drive. So I'm going to think about this for a while before I make a decision, because we do have our defensive fleet deployed. And then it's a question of, do we maybe go for Titans directly and fusion drives, or do we do something else? So that's a lot of questions I need to ask myself now. So I had some thoughts about what we are going to do here. First of all, I have started the hunt on alien agents here. So we have taken out Agent Alpha 22. There might still be a facility on Earth, so I have to break into the servants again as soon as I find one. And then we can verify that they didn't build a new one where the aliens can recruit counselors again on Earth. That would be unfortunate, but it's possible that they have this. But I will take out every agent I can find. Also, I made a decision in regards to fusion or not to fusion. And the decision is fusion, because first of all, we are already on the way, and I also ran through the project that we need to do here. And we have done a lot of investment priority, how to say this, investment projects already. So there are not a lot of things that are really urgent. Like this one is still very important here. Then of course all the mining ones, and then of course some stuff like defenses here for less ship damage and so on, and ship of the line. A lot of stuff that we need to get eventually and over time. Also like these ones here. And also then of course the nation projects here, but we don't need to rush them. There's no need to directly go for them, because we are on Earth pretty busy anyway. Because we can take out still all this stuff. We are currently starting here. We can still take over these bits here. And so we are not in any rush in any way, anywhere. And that's why I'm going to finish up public behavior monitoring to get the biggest, the best bounty on against the alien ops here. And that's the last project that I have available currently. If there are new ones coming in that give me bonuses, I will take them as well. But for now, this is the best we can do to protect our control points here. And with our fleet, I have tested out the new adamantine armor. What will it do to our current ship design? We can see it here. So the battleship here, 1A, I upgraded it to adamantine armor, as we can see here, and I also put the new radiators on them. So the tin droplet radiator, which I really like, and the total product of this one, we can still upgrade the targeting computer eventually. And the product of this one is that we lose about a quarter of the weight here of the ship. And we also, as we can see here, we are moving we are moving some construction cost to volatiles, a small one, like plus 30, and we decrease the metal amount by almost 150, and the noble, which is very important, by almost 70. And this is of course pretty juicy, and I'm actually considering if we maybe want to cancel the ships under construction here, so that we instead go into the shipbuilding tech here. There we go. We just finish it up in the next 20 days, and then we're going to restart the construction of some of the battleships here. They're going to be finished in 150 days, so why bother? So we are going to just do like this here. This one is already the new one. We can probably also cancel this one. I will just leave it running until we know what the new build time will be. But definitely the 1As will go here. So bye-bye, bye-bye, bye-bye. And these are 1Bs. We can check if they are faster. 1B. Wait a second, 1B. That's the other class, right? Ah, yeah, I'm a bit stupid here. I should rename them better. But yeah, these are almost finished, so we are going to only cancel these 3 here. And of course, this one as well. And this one we can leave running. And yeah, so we want to save up as many resources as possible. And now we have to switch our attention to global tech afterwards. So these 2 have to be done. And then I have to push global stuff. And this also means that I have to investigate orcs again. Because, for example, the administration algorithm do not get the best bonus from orcs currently that we could have. While, for example, energy is actually doing well. I'm not sure how many bonuses we have on material, but we can check it out. So on material research, we do have 40 from orcs. So that's okay. We can fix the gap. Yeah, we can fix that gap later. Yeah, and this is what we're going to do now. I'm going to switch focus into research on Earth and then go into fusion. The benefit of these 2 is they are going to get us more GDP growth from our economy priority. The arc lasers is not that useful currently, but we are going to try to win this slot and pick a tech early here. So when these are done, we go into arc lasers. Because what I need to also do is go towards ring hubs, or rather colony hubs. So we want to get into our space future here to then get colony hubs, because we want to upgrade all our bases that we currently have to a tier 3 base. And we probably can also expand mining again soon when we go for the Jupiter project, right? Saturn project. Jupiter's already done. And the combination of all this should then, combined with fusion for the future, get us a late game tech fleet. And we can save up resources. We built a big defense fleet, like 300 mission control in total. And then all the mission control that we get on top will be moved into Titans and battleships and whatever we want to use for our late game fun. But yeah, we are going to focus on Earth science. What we can, for example, see here is that we get currently plus 13 per month here. This is scaling up hard now because we are at a certain kind of threshold. We have now already 30 investment points per month. We also advising here. The unrest problem barely exists anymore. It's 2.1 rest value. This will continue to go down because we are going to move further cohesion in here. This will decrease science reversely, but it will be fine long term. And we still remove inequality over time. And this will be one of our main science hubs. Africa will come later. It's currently 250 here and 550 here. But as I mentioned already earlier, we are going to have plans to merge this up as well. But that's going to take a bit of time now until this is done. So we are expanding here in Europe to get as much out of Earth as we can. Okay, to wrap up this episode, we have now conquered Tajikistan, which interestingly... yeah, I also made some rivalries, right? Forgot that they're in the background. The Tajikistan here was the last Stan country, let's call it like this, which was left over here. Oh no, Afghanistan is still there, and Pakistan, right. There's still some Stans. And yeah, so we have now cleaned up this bit here. We also have now reached 8,000 research output. Really good. And I think I'm going to continue with my conquest here. Like wrapping up India, getting rid of these border nations here to prepare long-term for Greater India, which I picked up now. Because this will allow us to add also all of this into India, which will be useful because they all have a higher GDP than India currently has. So all of those will be useful for pushing up science output and everything. Also, their knowledge is higher as well, or education rather, or similar at least, like these ones here. And yeah, 8.6 here, and then we do a 7.7 here. So this is all an upgrade to India with on average. And that's, I think, what we want. The left side here, Pakistan, Afghanistan, are a downgrade on paper. I will probably take over Pakistan itself eventually to then fix it over time, slowly, and maybe start moving one province at a time into India here to get rid of the problem with the hostile claims over time, not in one big swoop. But that's something I have to still decide on. I'm not 100% sold on investing into this, let's call it, drain for now, because we also have a lot of cleanup still to do here, which is also going to be the next step after this one probably. And also we currently almost have eaten Turkestan to the biggest scope we can reach here. So now let's wrap up the episode with the fight, because there is another tight in it. This one here. Everest base, is that ours? No, that's not ours. Interesting. So they are bombarding something, but we are intercepting here. There we go. Let's fight it. And then wrap up the episode there. So we go high wall, probably, yeah. Let's put the battle cruisers in the center and the top here. There we go. And then we make sure that a point defense ship is on the outside. These are all no point defense. Okay, that's our railguns. Good. Theoretically, it shouldn't have any chance of defeating us here. What does it bring to... Ooh, look at all these mech cannons here. So our autocannons here, of course, are going to town. Let's focus this ship here in particular. So we can see here that it shoots the autocannons on the mech shots. Really useful. We're not even using the lasers yet, and I probably won't, because we will probably overwhelm its point defense in a second, and then it's, yeah, we already started here. So the question, ooh, yeah, we lose one battleship currently. Interesting. So if they put everything on one ship, we cannot defeat it from a Titan. Because we probably had a lot of lasers here, which are not really overlapping on this cinematic style. Unfortunate. One ship down. Not cool, but okay. Let's accept it. And then we can just bring it back home to Mars itself. Eventually we also have to clean up the Mars orbit here, but I'm not willing to do this as of now. Let's see on Mars itself. Are we constructing ships? Yes, we are. Or no, rather, these are getting refitted, I think. Yeah, these are refit or constructions. I'm not no, these are new ships. But we are going to do refits afterwards. So, yeah. That's it for this episode. We have reached a certain level now. We are really the dominant power on Earth now. If we, for example, if we take science, we do have the outside China, the top research nations. If we go here, we can see it beautifully as well. That China is here, then of course the remnant of the US, which is struggling with unrest like crazy because we created it like this. So it's constantly ticking up and they are trying to get rid of it. So unrest in this nation will change by +1 per month. So it's going up like crazy. Yeah, and then we already have the African Union at 300, Indonesia 250. That's on the agenda as well for taking over with the Great India Project. Turkestan is there around 200 as well. So pretty nice overall. And there's still a lot of additions that we are going to do to our stuff here. But yeah, all good, I would say. So, leave a like and subscribe. See you in the next episode, where we're probably going to skip a lot of stuff due to the fact that we have to break into certain technologies now.